Yo, what's up, Tio? Just finishing getting everything set up. I was gonna be on here earlier, but fucking TikTok. I was trying to figure out the TikTok thing, and apparently they revoked my live stuff, so I don't get it. You're now home. That's all good. I think I want to change this up right here. I think I want it to say subscribe goal 2000. Done, baby. Now let's center that. Actually, maybe I should just say sub goal. Then we can center it right here. Boom. I like it. Some Starbucks. Yeah. I was chilling earlier, and then my girl came in and handed me some Starbucks coffee, and I was like, hell yeah, I'll use that during the stream. Oh yeah, check this out, guys. I came up with I kind of want to write this today, but I'll save it for another stream. But you guys, I came up with this thing right here, and it sounds so good. I love it. It's a metalcore thing, though. Low end waves. Hey man, what's good? Not much. Getting ready to work on this sort of speed metal thrash song that we started yesterday, but I kind of wanted to show you guys this this metalcore riff that I came up with, just because I think it's super good. Man, I'm getting all that crackling. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna unplug my interface. Usually it takes away any crackling. I think it only does it because I'm using a laptop. Good news, though. PC's getting built. All right, check it out. Check. Check, check, check. Check, check, check. All right, that should be better. So yeah, I've actually got some drums here. I'll play along with this, but I do think that this might be something that we take and do for the next stream. Like I said, we got this speed metal thrash one. I don't want to disband it as much as I do. We're not going to. So what we started yesterday, we will finish today. It's probably not going to be too long, and who knows, maybe we'll even have enough time that we can work on this one. So if you like this one, definitely hit that subscribe button and tune in later. But yeah, here, let me play this real quick. Trying to actually remember, make sure I play it right. Yeah, that's it. Okay, now let's throw these drums on. I forgot I didn't put the breakdown in there. The breakdown, I didn't really have any ideas for it. The only thing I had was like super basic. Low end, thank you so much, man. I love a good metalcore riff. You know, I never used to. I never appreciated it. But let me tell you something. It's really grown on me over the years. You know, I used to be one of those guys that was into the punk stuff and very elitist about that. And if it wasn't somehow punk, then I didn't like it. But over the years, I've sort of transcended into like everything matters at this point. Like if any of you out there are like that, stop. Just stop. It should not be like that. It really took somebody who was 10 times worse than I ever had been to make me realize how terrible it is. And yeah, I've actually told the story on here before, but basically this guy wanted me to play bass for his punk band to fill in for like 2 shows. I said, let me think about it. And then he sent me a text message that was like, yeah, by the way, and I, you know, wear metal shirts and I used to have really long hair. And he goes, yeah, so if you can like, you know, put your hair back and like wear a hat, told me to wear a punk shirt or just like a plain black shirt, no metal band shirts, you know, basically to look like a fucking street punk cartoon character. And I'm like, that's the most poser thing I've ever heard. Like, what you just told me to do is the least punk thing anyone's ever said in fucking humanity. Like, you're the biggest poser ever. But you can't listen. Too bad, Andrew, because I think you would like this one. So yeah, let's go over the riff and then hit that breakdown one time. Actually, yeah, because we got the loop on. Oh. Whoops. Oh, yeah, tight. I can't remember what I was playing. That's the hardest part right there. Because you got to hit it like perfect for it to sound right. But yeah, anyway, so something that I probably want to mess with next stream. So keep an eye out for that one. It's going to be pretty cool, I think. T was good. All right, let's go ahead and pause this real quick. And actually, yeah, we got to switch guitars. How's everybody doing today, man? Thank you, Low End. I'm actually, I need to warm up so bad. So we're probably going to run through that other song a couple times and get tightened up. I think all we did was like structure it yesterday, and then we double track the one part that's going to have a solo. But other than that, we didn't do much with it. So let me put the other guitar on and I'll show you guys what's up. Dude, I don't have work tomorrow, and I can't even begin to tell you guys how fucking excited I am that I don't have to work tomorrow. The past 2 weeks with work has just been ridiculous. I have so much overtime saved up. Let's get this baby plugged in. Show you guys what's up. Son of a bitch, come on. I know this might come to a surprise to some of you, but we're actually going to be in a way higher tuning now. All right, so we're going to go over to the speed metal one. Let's give it a listen real quick. What we had for that beginning. Just to refresh for myself, I have not listened to this since yesterday, so you guys are listening just as much as I have, okay? This is just a mono guitar, the demo. Yeah, I know it goes into this next part for like a guitar solo. Fucking lip balm. Alright, that's fine. No, well, I'm holding on to them. I mean, he didn't have much room, but yeah, I'm holding on to them. That's mine. That's what Brett drew me a while back. I just haven't gotten it from him. Yeah, I agree. Honestly, knowing Cypress, he'll probably end up giving it to me. Here, hand me it real quick. Careful though, it's not obviously. Any of you guys that missed it yesterday, go check out my buddy Grimcat. YouTube, Instagram. He's got a huge following on Instagram. Just started his YouTube journey. The guy's a freaking art genius. Bye, baby. My girl was like, "Where the fuck did you get those? What did he give you those?" She immediately, obviously knew who drew it. He's got a very unique style. There's another one over here. I'll show you guys a little bit later, but Yeah, my buddy handed me this. He's very sentimental, so maybe not give it to me. I mean, maybe, who knows? But yeah, very cool, man. Very good. Grimcat, Grim. I remember when he was working on that one. All right. T says, please. Oh, what tuning are you in? So I am in, you should know what tuning I'm in, if there's anybody that knows. But since you're asking, you're probably confused because I'm playing on that A chord instead of that E. So yeah, D sharp standard, E flat is what I'm playing in. Sounds really good with the... But yeah, so key of E though, and the riff. If I don't know if you're just asking to ask, but it is just to give you a little head start. The riff is A. Right now I got this lead guitar tone on here, but the riff is A. 5/7 on the D string. All right, E A D. Yep. So yeah, it's that A 5/7 hammer on to 7/8 hammer on, sort of back and forth, and with the alternate picking succession. Then it goes into Andrew. What are these called? What are these chords called? Where you flatten them out right here. So it's D and G. You're just hitting 5/5, 5/5, 5/5. Yeah, and then to the chords. You ever want to tighten up your picking hand for the day? That's the way to do it. 100%. With that said, though, okay, guys, we need to build this song up a little more. The song needs juiced a little bit. And I'm not really sure where to go with it just yet. But it does help that we have this part with the solo. So why don't we jump into that? right, anyways. Got a little ADHD carried away there. But we'll come up with a solo later. Because here's the thing. Depending on where this part goes is going to really depend on where the next part, or where the solo, or how the solo ends in the song. So let's say I write a solo, bang and solo fits. Mwah, perfect with this. Well, what if it doesn't glide into the next part perfectly? Sometimes it's good to sacrifice things that work better for things that work better. I will say, though, the way that I write solos anyways, I think I could probably pull it off, but let's use the creativity while it's here, get the juices flowing, and go ahead and keep writing on the song. So let's activate our practice mono track here for, let's activate that and start writing on this next part. I do really like this part, though, Reminds me of Warbringer. And then cue the solo there. Oops, I skipped it back. Thinking where we go after this. Okay, so there's a couple different things that we could do there, and I have like a cool thing that I just thought of that we could do there. I mean, there's tons of things. We could come out of that with the into literally that thing I was doing yesterday, trying to figure out where to work it in. It could be a... You know what I'm saying? Then that works its way back into the main riff of the song. So we can try a couple different things. Why don't we play this back, then sort of try and come up with something that comes after? Oh, I did have an idea yesterday. I just remembered. So it's very Warbringery, like I said earlier with this part. But I want to add this into the end of the song somewhere. I want it to go really slow, give very, that sludgy but sort of melodic black metal-y kind of sound with that. You know what I'm saying? Kind of keep it very melodic. And we could end on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, take this song and give it a fully different appearance, so to speak. Morning, afternoon, good night. What's going on, brother? It's got me thinking. All right, let's go here into the drums. Thank you, brother. I'm going to assume that that means that you mean it just like an American would. Wait, could that sound cool right here? What if we added that in? Okay, hear me out. What if this last part here got like a revamp? Gave ourselves something cool. A little different at the last part here. Oh wait, that's not gonna hit. That could be like a small portion, but as of now, nah, that we ain't doing all that. All right. I think that that's a good transition. We need to go back into that main riff for a little bit. So let's do that. Let's add a little transition. This is what I like to call the butter phase, okay? This is what I'm coining as the butter, because you got to add the butter to the bread for it to be smooth, right? So why don't we go ahead and do that? And we're going to do exactly my first thought, because a lot of the times the first thing you think of is usually the best one. And whether or not this works out, I don't know, but it's going to sound cool either way. We're going to make it sound cool. So why don't we go ahead and do that? Okay, so we can add that in. Okay. Well, actually, where I'm from in the States, it is 6:09. I'm from the East Coast, baby. At the E, baby. East Coast is the Beast Coast. All the New York rappers say. That's what Joey Badass says, anyways. And there's no competition with the Joey Bad, man. Come on, man. Honestly, even if you don't like rap, even if you aren't like a huge like rap fan, if you can't at least appreciate the things that Joey Badass does in his 1999 album, like, come on, man. You got to be kidding me. The dude was 17 years old. That guy was 17 years old, and he put out the absolute best fucking album that year. Got no credit for it. Took a couple of years for people to even recognize. No, actually, I think it was a year after, and then he started releasing trash, in my opinion, because he got signed to a record label. And yeah, no. That album, though, 1999, Joey Badass, his first release, is so fucking good. Like, it's one of those albums you can actually listen to. Like, how many rap albums nowadays can you actually like be like, yeah, I've listened to that one like 10 times through? Not a lot. Not a lot. Same with metal, though. I mean, let's be real. I mean, it's not just rappers doing this shit. It's also fucking metal artists and punk artists. You know, like, yeah, your 10-second song saying fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, blah, is fun. It's cool. It gets people hype, especially the youngins. But I don't want to listen to it 10 times, 10 years from now. So, yeah. Anyways, Joey Badass, 1999. Check that shit out, man. So, right now, I'm going to find some more inspiration for this transition, right? I think I might try and do that. Let's record it and see if it works. I'm going out to pick up a telly right now. Bro, let's have a telly contest. You know what I'm saying? Also, I think I have the drums. I'm not showing anybody. No one's getting any cheat codes on this. But the weekly wank off drums, I think I know what I'm going to do for it. So prepare for that. Might be starting next week or the week after that. As soon as possible, really. I want it to be a full week. Whatever day I release it, I want it to be 7 days after. You know, even if it's just 2, 3 to 100 people, I want everybody to get in on this. Yeah, so let's get this part down. I'm going to do a... something like that, and then make it back into the... Okay, so let's go ahead and record that, and then we're going to go back into the main riff. It's going to be fucking sick. Check this shit out. Now, that last part's very sloppy, but here's the thing. I'm making this shit up on the spot for you guys. So if I do a cheat code, you can't be talking smack, because I'm doing this cheat code for you. For you. For you, my man. Okay? So I'm going to just redo that. I'm not going to nail it. So anyone who's going to talk shit about that, there's a lot of people out there that are like, man, you couldn't even do the whole verse at once. It's like, I agree, but we're writing a song live with the chat, baby. So we got to get it going. We got to go. Come on. Time is of the essence. Not bad, but not great. Let's go ahead and do one more. Actually, you know what? I'm going to keep that one. And these are all demo. So if there are any of these takes that are good to keep and are permanent, then we can go ahead and keep them and drag it up to our left or right and then record for the right or the left. So we have double track. For now, we're recording this demo. Sloppy, the ending. It's that last note, and I think it's because I only have these small jazz picks left, and I just really think I need to have my Petrucci picks, but I don't have any more. So sloppy. One more, and then we're moving on. That was almost good. So here's what I'm going to do to make this easier on me. I'm going to hit that last. Damn, I still fucked up. Okay, so now we're going to splice this together. I think, to be quite honest, I nailed pretty much where it's supposed to hit, but it still needs just a little bit. So I'm going to drag this over. And now I'm going to cut it back. Boom. And I'm going to get rid of this fade transition. Drag this down. Delete this one for that. See how it sounds. That's great. Very good. I like it. Let's go ahead and put that all together. In Reaper, you can glue items together so you don't have a bunch of little stuff. You copy what you want to glue. You right-click the copied, selected things. Press glue items, and it will put them together as one. And it will include whatever fade or anything that you've added to it. All right, so now let's... I feel like it needs another little transition from there. That doesn't sound right. I think I came in too early on the other thing. Man, that's a pain in the dick, isn't it? What the hell, man? You're telling me I have to redo this? Oh my god. Just got to redo this and then we'll be done. That's what I was doing. I was dragging. That's the reason why. Now this should sound a lot better. It does. Sounds a lot smoother. There it is. I was dragging a bit. That's okay. Now I am thinking add this in right here to where it's... You know what I'm saying? So we'll add a... You know what I'm saying? That should work. Now I just recorded that. Now let's hear how that transitions. I have to turn the volume up on this, but for now, that's okay. Honestly, I could just use a little fade. Beautiful. Good enough for now. Once those drums are in there, you'll barely be able to tell anything. Just a little fade. We're going to keep those separate. And now let's drag our drums over and start recording, double tracking the main riff. Okay? That's all demo, okay? Let's hear how this sounds. This is double track. Not a great ending, but I want it to feel epic, you know? I want to add in, like, that power metal type of vibe with it. You know what I'm saying? I think that would be very cool. What do you guys think, man? Obviously, like I said, this is one track, it's a demo. Relax. But for the most part, what we got? Okay? Matter of fact, why don't we go ahead and play through the beginning part. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. Let's drag this down here. That's right. That's right. I forgot. We go to this in that section. None of this is double tracked yet, so. Bro, I forgot what I played there. What the hell? Sorry, you guys. Ah, that's right. God, why am I so stupid? Let's practice through that. That's right, then we go back into that. Oh my god, why do I keep fucking... That's so cool, though. Kind of reminds me of Bark at the Moon. The Big A. Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate it, brother. It's all going to come together. It's sounding freaking great so far. I just got the mono track so far. I mean, especially you guys are only hearing it mono for sure. But, you know, I'm using the Gojira plugin, got the doubler on it, so you guys can, you know, hear. Anyone who's listening on a stereo source will be able to hear left and right. It just sounds better, and it's for the content for you guys. So yeah, let's run through that. I want to work on that transition because guess what, guys? We gotta make sure that we fucking do it right. Kind of reminds me of Bark at the Moon whenever we go into that part. Here's one with solo. I love hitting pinches. Taryn in the rippin'. Taryn and rippin'. I see what you're saying. Thank you, man. Riccolo. Hey, I'm pretty sure I remember you. You're not new, right? I think I remember your name in here before. I mean, there's been times where we've had like dozens and dozens of people commenting all at once, and there's times where it's very slow. And I still will remember people, so I do my best to remember. I know you've been in here before, right? He's gonna make me feel stupid on purpose. Be like, no, dude, never been here before. What the fuck you talking about, idiot? Big dummy. Oh shoot! Forgot to get the lucky cat rolling, man. You know what's hilarious? This exact cat right here. We're going to jump right back in. Quick little story. Quick little ADHD story. This little cat right here, this exact one from Temu. I went into my Chinese restaurant up the street, my local Chinese restaurant, and they had the exact same one. So anyone who were to, or who, anyone who is to say like, that's appropriation type shit, whatever. If anyone were to say something like that, I'd be like, listen to me. Temu is not appropriating because, number one, this bitch was definitely made in China. 100%. Let's see. I don't know. It doesn't say anything. That's how fucking cheap it is. And the Chinese restaurant had it up the street. Anytime I walk into the Chinese restaurant, I always walk in and try and learn Mandarin. So every time I go in there, the first time I did it on purpose. I looked up how to say thank you. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. But this exact one, like this exact fucking from Temu, like $4 or $5, put the battery in, cat. Like I picked it up and I'm like, this is the exact same thing. I have this at home. And then I'm like, Xian Xian. And then I walk the hell out. Pretty sure that's how you say thank you, right? Am I tripping, dog? It's Xian Xian.
谢谢，
Xie Xie. That's it. It's not, there's no N. It's Xie Xie. And it's also with an X.
谢谢，谢谢，谢谢，谢谢。
Dude, should I sample that and put it in this song? Like, I could sample that and put it really low and then have one really high and, like, stretch it out. And it would sound super distorted and fucking weird. It's 'cause they cooking cats, do you think? Hope not. All I'm saying is a chicken don't look like chicken. It is chicken, though. I'm telling you. I mean, near my house, it is. But yeah, nah. The beef is like the weirdest thing because what they do is they pound it like insane, like insane people, and then when they fry it up, it stays tender because they use the sauce. They make the sauce, which is really just all of all your shit put together, and then a little cornstarch thickens it up. That's really all it is at the end of the day. Anyways, yeah, let's play through this again. Let's get this down. I still haven't looked up the A minor scale again. I need to remember. each fraction so I can work on those transitions a little better. It just makes it so much easier. Um, yeah, of course. I mean, I feel like anybody that watches or listens to music has scrolled across that dude. That dude is constantly up, and I think it's a lot of posting, marketing, the right people watching it, putting it out there, man. His success is insane. Plus, he is Hispanic, so he does some stuff where he's speaking Spanish too. So he has a huge Spanish demographic, or Hispanic, I should say. Like it's almost like if you listen to anything. Did you know the SPR was once a drummer of Saratoga? I actually don't think I know who Saratoga is. Is that bad that I don't know who they are? Shit. I need to start. I'm one of those guys, man. I've been really trying to stretch my knowledge on all the newer stuff coming out, and all the new stuff that I usually listen to is based around like crossover, punk, hardcore, power metal, stuff like that. So when it comes to like the really big bands, I'm never really going in and trying to listen to what they have. I guess I don't really give them as much of a chance because I know that it's still that part of me, like I said earlier, that's like, yeah, the punk stuff. Like, if it wasn't punk, I ain't listening to it. It's like that mindset. But I've been steering away from it, doing a lot better. But yeah. Anyways, I think as far as the song goes, back to topic, I think I know what I'm gonna be playing. So let's work out the fine details, and then we'll work on the end together, because that's the one thing I love doing with you guys is figuring out the end of the song. It's always so fun. I remember one time, I can't remember the guy's name. He owns a studio. God, what was his name? Cool guy. He stops in here sometimes. He owns a studio, and he was like, make that halftime. Do a halftime thing there. And I was like, are you sure? Like, I think that's just too many changes. But it was exactly what we needed. It made that whole ending section crystal. I mean, fucking just. You like what you like. I'm more underground too. That's what I'm saying. I go with the more underground stuff, and I've I've really been trying to stretch it out. Like, something I'll do is I'll turn on Lamb of God Radio on Spotify, and then I'll actually get a lot of bands that I've never heard of on there. Another thing I do is what was it that I was listening to on Spotify, and I was surprised at some of the stuff they had on there. They even have Warbringer on there. I was like, okay, so they're not just doing new metal bullshit. Like, they're actually doing the thing. Oh, it's the one all new metal, not like new metal like NU, but like new NEW. So all new metal. It's got almost 1 million saves on here, but yeah, it's got a lot of everything from thrash to new metal stuff, which is pretty cool. So I was trying to oh dude, there's this one, what was that song I was listening to? It was so weird that I was like, I don't know if I like this. Let me see here. It just wasn't good. Like, it was an actual bad song by bands that are really good. And the song was fucking terrible. Well, this is the fucking thing I was listening to. Where's it at? One second. All right, I don't know. I can't even remember. It was a terrible song, and it had like this weird sort of off time thing going, with the beat, and it would be cool for an intro, but they just kept it going, and then the song kicks into something heavy, and then it goes back to that, and I'm like, nah, can't do it. Like, there's still just stuff that I'm like, even though I'm trying to keep broadening my metal horizon for you guys, I still just find stuff, and I'm just like, nah. Like, I was literally at work squeegeeing a floor out. I do epoxy flooring for a living. I was squeegeeing the floor, and I literally stopped, went like this, double clicked with my wrist because I had shit all over my hands. When you do epoxy flooring, you're gonna have epoxy all over your gloves. All right. You listen to the rest of the Basaka songs. Now, I haven't listened to all of them. Like I said, I've only listened to the 4 or 5 that were in their top on Spotify. But other than that, I haven't listened to anything else. But since you keep bringing it up, and since you're the freaking man, Tio, you're always here. I'm gonna have to do it for you. I'm gonna have to do it. Not a bad band. I love that, bro. You know, before we dive back in, just give me 10 seconds. The fact that there are metal bands, I can respect the shit out of people when they know they're from a different country, or they know that they're speaking another language, and all of that English demographic, especially in America with metal and how big music is here, just live music and stuff, they will still passionately be a band knowing that they may only be, slightly big in their town and a little bit outside whatever country they're from. That's cool as shit to me. That's dedication, and that's like, that's that real shit right there. That's cool. Anyways, let's move on. We're going to get some double tracks here, because we're going to go back into, after this, so we have that. That's our transition back in. So annoying. That's our transition back into the main riff. So let's go ahead and do that. Riccolo, what are some bands? You say you listen to the underground stuff. What type of underground stuff? And name me some bands off, my brother. Okay. What we do need to do, though, is get drums for this. Ba-na-na. Sorry, I had to get that. I know exactly what I'm looking for here. I just don't see it. That. I'm looking for something like that, but different. So let's find a similar groove to that. Bro, that's basically what we need, but why the hell is it so freaking quiet? Like, what? Like, what the hell? Okay, let's turn the velocity up on this. Dude, the velocity was so low on that. Like, why? I think what we got to do to end that little part there, we just add this kick right here. Hi-hat. Then it's going to get cut off right here. Like that. Okay. Yeah. Ricola, what type of underground stuff you into? Okay, we gotta drag one more in there. All right, we got all these. This is gonna sound so cool when we pull it off. Let's go into toms. There we go. I think I know something that might sound cool for this. Like I remember a drum fill that's in one of the pop punk packs, believe it or not. That might sound pretty cool there. Where the hell did it go? My question is where does this lie on the spectrum? Let's pull this up. Let's keep it simple for now. This is going to be the easiest way to just move on from here. I think the only real thing I can think to do with this would be go toms like this. Glide into the so let's try that. I think that that's genuinely the easiest way to just transition all this in. All right, so let's do that. Yeah. Control left click, adding in some MIDI here. Let's go ahead and let's glue this to our fill. I like to keep any section that's gonna be separate, a verse, a chorus, this or that. I like to make sure that I keep it separate. Thank you guys, all of you that have been waiting. So anybody that's been chilling, sitting back, relaxing, chilling here, appreciate you guys. It's all part of the process, writing a song, you know? Nice air drums. Yeah. I had to think on this part, like, should it be 1 2 1 2? Because I'm thinking about, like, because I play drums as well. But that part there is more of a do-do-do-do. But I'm thinking of like 32 notes, or like 16th and 32. So I'm thinking of like that pattern. Like, would that actually sound right if we had it, type of thing there? And then I think really just kick. C2, and then just hit it on the root notes. Ba, 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 right here. We'll humanize those a little bit. Now we'll add in our cymbals. Something to also think about when you are doing these the MIDI drums. I don't know if I've actually told you guys this before. What I do, and I think about this type of stuff because I also play drums, when I add something like this in with two cymbals, Easy Drummer is setting you up with so much cool stuff, but you got to know how to use it. A real drummer is not going to go all on the left side. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to go hitting just the left. A real drummer is going to go. So whatever hand, usually the right to start it off from a break like this, is going to go. They're not going to go all left. So when I'm listening to the cymbals, because they're in a room and they are, they're stereo, we have the technology to give you that effect. So cymbal, 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 boom. So I'm listening. I want to do the right first. Let me get a cymbal from the right. There we go. Now let's get one from the left. Where are you at, you bastard? There we go. Humanize. And let's hear that. Okay. Yeah, I love playing drums, man. Uninterested. What's Gucci, my brother? What's good, man? Shit. I think I got eyelash in my eye or something here. Still there. It's gone. There we go. Then we can kick back in. Ghost, what's up, my brother? What's up, everybody? Thank you for sitting here and contributing with the comments. Appreciate it, man. Everybody, appreciate you guys, man. Check out Ghost of Maiden's channel. Give them a sub. Ghost of Maiden does lots and lots of Iron Maiden covers live on his live stream. So, very cool dude. Dave, thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, we got this song freaking rocking and rolling now. I'm thinking about playing it from the top just to get it lodged in my brain, because we're getting ready to start double tracking. I promise. The last portion of the song, whether it be a breakdown, a melodic section, or just completely go into a weird, chaotic thing, whatever we end up doing for the end of the song, I want to make that creative process last and double track all the other stuff. We're going to add bass in, all that good stuff. So let's go ahead and play through this. Bear in mind some of the drums will be changed. So. All right. Yeah, I have to switch. I have to make the switch to the rhythm, but after that guitar solo part, which I don't actually have a solo yet, I'm just doing some random bullshit there. It's going to go from... But yeah, man. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Seriously. Saludos desde Mexico. Tio, what did he say? I know that you speak Spanish, so figured I'd ask you. Oh yeah, bro, this is sounding sick. Thanks, man. I think that this one's gonna be really cool. I love writing. Like, I've written some ones before that have that that have that sound. I mean, there's only so much that you can really do with doing that open A, like, speed metal sound. But I mean, at the end of the day, we're just having fun, man. We're just writing. Even if I had 3 songs that sounded almost exactly the same, which I know that this one doesn't, you pick the best one and you make that one into your hit song. That you are a great musician and writing song and playing them at the spot. Awesome. Thank you, Dave. Appreciate you, brother. Keep your horns up. I have a couple guys that I've been playing video games with. I don't think that they tap the bell, but they were gonna join in, say what's up for a little bit. But I don't think that they tap the bell. I don't think they're like the get on YouTube and subscribe type of people. I've been moving around too much. Freaking pants are riding up. Sheesh. Oh. Yeah, after this live stream ends, I was thinking about going live from my phone as well and just doing a sit and chat type of thing. So it might be something that I do today. Just see how it goes, really. Now, with all right, now I think the best thing to do is to actually start double tracking this so that, you know, I can freaking make it all blend together and build up. Ooh, I just thought of something. What if this intro had like a filter on it? So like, you know, it starts off like all the low ends kind of cut off. It's got that radio sound and sort of builds up into the full song. Like it drops off into the full song. It would give it a lot heavier effect, you know. I think that we could do that for sure. Okay. Thank you, Tio. I'm not sure if I'm going to 100%, but if I do, it's going to be probably like 30 minutes. Just, you know, get to answer some questions from some people, and yeah. Let me see here. What do we got? What do we got? Where are we going? Double track. Oh, okay, I got you. Well, either way, I think the other one would be a cool idea too. The phone streams do really well, and it's Sunday, which is the best day, especially if I were to do a phone stream. So I think it might bring some new people in and get some numbers up. So I don't think it's a half bad idea. We can just kind of sit here. Maybe I'll wipe down some of my guitars and just sit and chat, answer some questions for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and then hop off and be done for the night. I want to get all this double tracking done and the next idea started within the hour. Actually, I think we can do it way faster than that. I got a challenge for myself. In 30 minutes, all this needs to be double tracked. Let's go. Not even 30 minutes, I don't think it'll take. Let's tune. Let's tune up. Tuna. Tuna salad sandwich. Tuna salad Tony. Tuna salad Tony. But yeah, the filter would definitely be cool. Might take me a minute to figure it out, so I don't know if I'm going to exactly... I don't know if I might do that on stream. I don't really ever do any mixing and mastering on the stream. I just kind of get the recording the sound best I can out the back, which should always do to begin with. Okay. I think we're all tuned up. We're all revved up and ready to go. We're standing in a straight line. We're going through a Taiwan. And we're good. Double check it. All right. Sounds good. I've been thinking about making the lives into shorts. I actually was paying for Opus clips, and in order to do that, I need to make sure that all of my live streams are being recorded and kept on a hard drive. And this is takes me to why I need to build the PC. So, I think this week I'm going to order the parts. How about that? I need to start doing that stuff, and we have lots of funny moments on the channel, so I think that would be great. I think that would seriously be great. So, let's do that and make it happen. Opus Clips is what like all of the biggest, clip farmers, podcasters, all the people that, have YouTube channels in general, they upload their video to Opus Clips. Opus Clips uses AI to search through the video and put the specific clip that it thinks would be the most viral clip from the least viral, and it clips whatever part. And then what you can do from there is add the it'll auto generate the words on the screen. You can make it look how you want. You can do the color, all that stuff, and then you can take that, edit that, and then clip it how you want to clip it within your video editor. So basically you're taking what the AI generates and then clipping out every little part to make it perfect and, brain routable, basically. And that's what they do. That's how they get you. That's why anytime I see those brain rot clips where, it's black and gray, like a podcast, split screen, I skip right past it because I know that the person who originally made that content is not getting the money. We're talking some 16-year-old kid is stealing everybody's fucking content and just uploading it to YouTube, and people are watching it, and this person is making a fuck ton of money off of it, like a shit ton. They'll release like 3 a day. One will get like 3 million views. Bing, bang, boom, $100 in their pocket. So a week, they're making like $1,000, if not more. Like these fucking children basically are making so much money off of other people's content. It's not it's honestly kind of fucked up. YouTube needs to do something about that. Like, and there is like some people want other people to do it so that they get out there, and I'd love if someone did it for me. Probably help me out a lot, but I don't know. It's kind of fucked up. All right, let's start recording this. All right, we got that. Let's double track that. Throw it up to the left. Let's record the right. Let's do this as fast as possible. All right, let's move this back now. What the shimga? I did the order of it wrong on the first one. That's what happened there. Delete that. Get back here. Re-record. Son of a bitch. Alright, I fucked up that last part, but we were mainly just trying to get that first section there anyways. Let's drag that up to the left panned guitar. And now let's record the right. It wasn't in stock. What were you gonna get? What type of telly? Hell yeah, thank you, man. Appreciate you, brother. You know I do. There we go. All right, now we need this next part here, which I think I played pretty good, but yeah, I wonder what it would sound like if we turn the rate down. Let's turn the rate up. Damn. That's fucking retarded. All right. Let's go with this next part. Yeah, just death metal. All right, let's for real do this. I just started fucking off on that one part, but yeah, no, I gotta get that right. I think so. Remember what I was originally playing? I was originally going, but now I think I'm gonna keep it with. I think that is a little bit different. Makes it sound a little better. I think that it makes it sound better. Better wrist, better wrister. Nice. I think we've gotten 2 subs, but nobody has tapped the bell, so I haven't got to see who has subscribed. For some reason, the website only does it by pairs of 10s. Stupid. So look, if you do subscribe, hit that bell so I can see that you subscribe, man. Let it pop up on the screen. Get all fancy. Get fancy with it, shawty. I agree. Well, the way to make this sound very Judas Priest esque is to add those pinches, those little harmonics in there when you're going down, like this. You add in those pinches there. That makes it very Painkiller-esque. Which is so fucking good of an album. Oh my god. Burner. Cheese, what are you doing, baby? All right. Anyways, what is everybody's favorite song from that Judas Priest album? I'm going to continue to record this. What's your favorite song from Painkiller? And go. Double tap that screen, everybody. Damn, dude. I went to go to this Telecaster. I went to go get this Telecaster from Guitar Center, and the MF didn't have it in stock. You know what's funny as shit? I was watching. Shit, I can't remember. It might have been Chris DiStefano. I can't remember who it was, but he's like. So I went to the store the other day. You guys remember stores? You go, you buy shit from. He was talking about going in there and buying he was trying to find something to buy, but he couldn't find it. And the employee that worked at the store is like, well, we have it online. That's not why I came here. I didn't come here. I can order it online my fucking self. He's like fucking popping off, dude. It's hilarious. You guys have to check that out. No, it's not Chris Stefano. Fuck, what's that guy's name? Shit. He's a smaller comedian. And it's not Chris DiStefano. It's the other, DiStefano guy. Fuck, with the beard. Shit, I can't remember. Anyway. What type of Telecaster is it, you son of a bitch? How many times do I gotta ask? Unless you've already told me and I'm just a fucking idiot and didn't see it. Dude, I think that almost, and I say almost very, very lightly, take that with a grain of salt, but almost every song on that album is an actual certified banger. You know what song I think is super underrated on that album? It's one of my favorites, is Leather Rebel. Leather Rebel! Lightning in the dark, Leather Rebel! Like, come on, man. Lightning in the dark! Like, come on! Like, if you like metal, how can you not think that that is just like one of the greatest fucking albums that has ever been written ever? Like, what the fuck? So good. And I mean, I personally think British Steel is very cool, very, very good album. But like they redefined and like basically created a genre, like the future for us. They fucking paved the path with the Painkiller album of like future metal. Like that album is still relevant to things that are in metal today. Like it is, yeah, it does, man. It's lightning. I don't want to say it's lightning in a bottle because they have so many good albums and so many good songs, but like, and I'm not even like a Judas Priest fanboy, like, but I'm just saying like that album is so important for metal in general. Like it is so fucking, in my opinion, I think that it is very important. Yeah. I mean let's be real, before metal, let's think of the first couple huge metal bands, okay? What were they listening to? They were listening to all the stuff that everybody calls the pussy stuff now. Everybody had to start listening from somewhere and then take and make something themselves. But when you hear something that's like so far advanced, what year did Painkiller come out? I can't even remember. 1990. Yeah. And I mean, like, god damn. And think about it. That like 10 years before that, in 1980, British Steel was put out and just like freaking game changer. I mean, they just don't stop. The hell, man. Leather rebel, lightning in the dark. Leather rebel. Yeah, for real, man. All right, that's all good, Andrew. Good having you here, man. Stop in if you have free time. Oh shit, that's right. I was supposed to be double tracking this as fast as I could. Damn, I got distracted. Sorry, you guys. All right, let's get this done. I still have 27 minutes till I said that I would have it all double tracked. All right, well, let's check it out, you bastard. Let's check it out real quick. So this is the guitar. Fender Player 2, Advanced Telecaster HH, Limited Electric Guitar Ferrari Yellow. It does look pretty boss. I like that Fender has actually been trying to appease customers by making some of their stuff geared towards people that like Strats, but they need certain things on that guitar to play what they want to play. You know what I'm saying? What the hell? Where made in Ensenada? Made in Ensenada. It's not even Indonesia anymore. Where the hell is Ensenada? Siri, where is Ensenada located? Oh my god. They must have moved it there to get cheaper prices. It's located in Baja, California, Mexico. Okay, so it's technically this is the Mexi Strat. This is like the new version of the Mexican Telecaster. Gotcha. You know, I have a Mexi Strat downstairs, and I have a Mexico Telecaster, and I have a USA Strat, and man, is that thing freaking dope with the Floyd Rose. You guys know it. That's cool though. So it's not called it's not made in Mexico anymore. It is in Sonata, wherever that is in Mexico. But technically, it is located there. Shit. It looks like he already left. Anyways, we got to get this shit rolling. Let's get it rolling, guys. All right. My palm hit too tight and made it like pause right there. I played it wrong there. What the hell on this one? Okay, I think I know what I did. I held on to the hammer on here one extra time. Got it. Messing with Carl. YS Army Station. Check it out. American UK. I'm not sure what you're talking about, brother. If I'm being honest, I'm not sure what you're asking. Now you're just saying random words. Okay. All right, let's finish this. Nah, it's gotta be the other way. I think I know how I'm gonna do this now. That's how it's got to be done like that. We're good. Okay, we got that one. Now let's record the right. Let's make sure we are in tune. Tune. All right. Is anybody that is watching speak English? Comment if you are watching and you speak English. Why I oughta. Motherfucking scholarship. Bro, speaking of Pineapple Express, my old band, Time to Face Defeat, I don't know why my buddy, actually the same guy who does the paintings that I have in here right now, we had a song called "Fuck You, Seth Rogen," and the song was literally like 10 seconds long. It started out with like a drum fill, and then it went straight in real fast. And it was just "Fuck you, Seth Rogen. You're not even funny." Ugh. That was the whole song. Ooh. Oh. Do you record and stuff, Rick? I like this drum fill right here. What's stopping you from recording your own stuff, man? I have a whole video on my channel of how to, for under $500, you can get, that's, saying you have your own computer at this point. But for under $500, you can get yourself a decent little setup, free plugins and all that stuff. That includes speakers, monitor stands, a desk, an interface, cables, all that stuff is included as well. But, basically if you have a guitar and a laptop or a computer, then, for under $500 and probably about, I think it was 700 or 750. I had it made up so that you could buy your own favorite, my favorite plugins. And I also give like other examples and stuff like that. But yeah. But I mean, if you play drums as well, dude, I mean, you could be making a bunch of songs, man. And if you like to jam with the boys, I mean, you could have a bunch of songs to present to the vocalists and be like, yo, let's put these out. Plus, you'd be able to, if you really wanted to, you can just make stuff, put it on YouTube for free. The only thing is, if somebody uses it, then, you know, if it's published as a real song, then you get kickbacks and stuff. All types of stuff that you could do. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. But I love recording and like writing songs way too much. I feel like if I wasn't able to do this, I would shit my pants. Like I don't know. I went so long trying to actually get all this stuff and figure out how to do it that for me was like it was like the number one thing, like priority on my list. You know what I mean? Like I was like, I told people, I was like, I will give you $50 if you can come over, show me how this works, and show me how like to download the plugins properly, get them in there, and set everything up. I'll give you $50. Let's do it. And nobody would help me. So I had to like do all this shit on my own, like actually figure it all out on my own. And when you don't know the terminology for certain things and stuff like that, you can't even Google or YouTube. You can't even look it up on YouTube. So it's like I've just put so much hard work into building what I have here that there's a part of me that feels like, I have to do it, because I put so much work into it. It's like if I didn't, it'd be like, well, that's fucking pointless. I've never taken lessons either. Never, never, never. Of course. The Aki way. Yeah, no, I've never taken any lessons or anything like that either. The most lessons I've taken is stuff from brilliant guitarists on YouTube, which they have had lessons. Never had lessons myself, though. I'm all self-taught by ear. I've always told the story on the channel about how the first guitar I ever had was like literally left there from my dad. And I used to watch him drunk on the bed tune the acoustic so much. Like he would sit there so drunk and coked out of his mind. He'd just be, fucking tuning up. So I watched and learned like what he was doing, and I just listened for that sound. The thing I didn't know was that when you tune that one, you got to go down to the 4 when you go to tune your B. So I did not know that. So for the longest time, I was tuning my guitar all on 5s. So other than that, like, I've always had it the hardest way. I've always had to learn the hardest way possible, and I fucking hate it. Oh, I got you. So you've just never taken your music serious, you're saying? I mean, I get it. It's just sort of fun for you. I don't know. Like for me, it's if you're if you're just like playing guitar to write riffs and stuff, that's different. to me, it seems a little bit of a waste to not, at the very least, record them on your phone and put them out to the world, man. Inspire some people. Who knows? You might have something that makes somebody want to fucking pick up the guitar that day. Like, I hope that whenever somebody scrolls across my live streams or one of my videos, they're like, man, I want to pick it up and I want to play. This dude inspired me to freaking play something. So, I don't know. I mean, I get everyone's different. I guess it's just hard for me to think of a guitarist that doesn't want people to hear their songs, like, especially with guitarists, man. Anyways, we got to get this part here. That part right there is so hard to get clean enough for a recording all in one take. All right. Well, everybody left. People are saying I'm boring. Whatever, man. All right. Well, thanks everybody for watching. I will be back later. Well, for these live streams, I'll be back tomorrow, definitely, to finish this fully. Got to get a whole nother section in there. But yeah, man. Everyone that stuck around, thank you guys. Catch you guys later. Peace out.